The solitary glow of my desk lamp cast long shadows across the textbooks strewn before me. My dorm, a secluded alcove at the floor's end, offered a welcome refuge from the clamor of sophomore year. Nestled in its own little corner, a twist of the hallway shielding it from the main thoroughfare, it was a sanctuary of quiet. The silence, normally a boon, was shattered by an almost imperceptible sound. A featherlight tapping, a whisper against the thick wooden door, barely registered. I paused, straining to decipher the delicate rhythm. "Come in," I called, my voice echoing in the stillness. The door remained stubbornly shut. Rising, I crossed the room, the worn carpet muffling my footsteps. The hallway, stretching away from my secluded corner, was empty. No one. A phantom prank, I reasoned, returning to my desk, leaving the door ajar. The silence, once comforting, now held a faint, unsettling tension. The following night, the quietude was a fragile veneer. As I extinguished the lamp, plunging the room into darkness, the tapping returned. But this time, it was a stark, insistent knocking, a sharp staccato against the wood. "Who is it?" I demanded, my voice a touch too loud in the confined space. The knocking ceased, swallowed by the silence. I sprang from the bed, the cold floor shocking my bare feet. The small, private corridor outside my door was a void, bathed in the dim, ambient light of the hallway. I bolted to the corner, peering down the main stretch of the floor. Empty. Frustration mingled with a prickle of unease. The next morning, I confronted my fellow residents, a question hanging heavy in the air. Had anyone been playing tricks? Each denial was delivered with a look of genuine bewilderment. The mystery deepened. That night, sleep was a restless, shallow affair. 3 hours in, a jarring sound ripped through my slumber. The knocking, now a thunderous assault, resonated through the room. A tremor of fear warred with a surge of defiant curiosity. I leaped from the bed, adrenaline coursing through my veins, and flung the door open. As expected, the corridor was deserted. But this time, a flicker of movement caught my eye. I sprinted down the narrow passage, rounding the corner just in time to see a figure vanish around the far bend of the main hallway. My heart pounded, a drumbeat against my ribs. I raced down the hallway, my footsteps echoing against the linoleum. As I rounded the next corner, a door at the hallway's end slammed shut. Not a dorm room, but the bathroom. A surge of righteous anger propelled me forward. I pushed the door open with force, the sudden light revealing an empty space. My eyes darted around the room, searching for a hiding place. The bathroom was small, containing only 2 stalls. Both were closed. I dropped to my hands and knees, peering beneath the partitions. The cold tile pressed against my skin. The stark black boots, heavy and solid, were a jarring sight beneath the bathroom stall door. A cold dread washed over me. I inhaled deeply, forcing a semblance of composure, and pushed the stall door open. Confusion warred with rising fear. The boots sat there, planted firmly on the cold tile, but no legs descended from above, no body occupied the space. An unsettling emptiness hung in the air. Then, a sound, a chilling ripple through the silence, a giggle. Not the light, playful trill of a child, nor the soft, melodic laughter of a woman. This was a guttural, rasping sound, a warped, ancient mirth. It was the laugh of a man weathered by time and twisted by some unseen madness. The sound alone was enough to drain the last vestiges of my courage. My bravado crumbled, replaced by a raw, primal fear. I bolted from the bathroom, my heart hammering against my ribs, and sprinted back to my secluded dorm room. The door slammed shut behind me, the lock clicking with a definitive finality. I threw myself onto the bed, the familiar comfort of the mattress doing little to quell the terror that gripped me. My fingers flew across the phone screen, desperately texting every friend in my contact list, seeking a lifeline, a voice of reassurance. but the hour was late, and the responses were a silent void. The knocking returned, a persistent, rhythmic assault against the thick wood of my door. I lay frozen, my breath catching in my throat, refusing to acknowledge the sound. It continued, a relentless cadence, for what felt like an eternity, roughly 30 agonizing seconds, before finally ceasing. A heavy silence descended, thick and suffocating. The next morning, I sought answers. I questioned every resident on my floor, recounting the night's disturbing events. Each denial was delivered with unwavering sincerity. No one had heard the knocking. No one had been playing pranks. The atmosphere was one of genuine bewilderment. A chilling question lingered. Why me? Why was I the target of this unsettling harassment? The boots, the laugh, the sheer unsettling nature of the encounter pointed to an older man. A detail that only served to intensify my unease. The image of those heavy black boots, devoid of a body, and the sound of that ancient twisted laughter replayed in my mind, a haunting, indelible memory.